Welcome everyone to this week's review. As always, I want to start off by thanking anyone who's watched my previous videos, and a special thanks to all my subscribers. With that out of the way, on to this week's review, which is Toy Story 4, directed by Josh Cooley and starring Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Annie Potts, Tony Hale, Keegan-Michael Key, Christina Hendricks, Jordan Peele, Ali Mackey, and Keanu Reeves. This film takes off when a new toy called Forky joins Woody and the gang on a road trip alongside old and new friends that reveals how big the world can be for a toy. Now, as usual with franchise films, I like to give my thoughts on the previous entries in the franchise, mainly because I think how you feel about those films will heavily determine how you feel about this film. And the Toy Story franchise is one of my favorite Pixar franchises. I grew up watching the first two, and the third one came out right before I graduated high school, and so I really connected with it. Then when I heard that Disney was making a fourth Toy Story film, I gotta be honest, I was kind of skeptical. I was afraid it was just going to be kind of a cash grab. I thought Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending to this trilogy. Luckily, I was 100% wrong. This film is amazing. It tells a simple, straightforward story with some complex ideas and emotions, some great characters, both old and new, decent humor, and a whole lot of heart. I absolutely loved this film, and it is a great continuation to the Toy Story franchise. Like I said, the plot is fairly simple, focusing mostly on Woody and his quest to return Forky to Bonnie. Where the film really succeeds is when they dive into 1, why Woody is so committed to returning Forky, and 2, what a toy's purpose really is. And most of this comes naturally through Woody's interactions with this new cast of toys, which are amazing. Forky is lovable and slightly dim. He's still kind of learning the way of the world and learning what it means to be a toy. While I wish the film kind of focused more on Forky's kind of like existential crisis on what it means to be a toy and like be alive, it's made pretty clear early on that this is still Woody's story. Either way, Forky is a welcome addition to this cast, and hopefully we get to see some more of him in the future. Bo Peep is also great. Even though she was in the first two films, this is the first where she's actually given a character with clear motivations that, at times, challenge Woody's motivations. She's kind of this more hardened, lost toy that leads most of the action. And luckily, this film doesn't really play into the cliche of like the loner hero, as many other lost toys clearly know Bo. She even has her own mini sidekick called Giggle McDimples, who is just the cutest, most fun little character ever. Unfortunately, it seems to me she was a little underused and almost completely forgotten in the last third. This film also has an excellent villain in Gabby Gabby. She is both super creepy and menacing, while at the same time being very proper and well spoken. They also give her some really good development and good motivations for what she's doing, which at times kind of make her a sympathetic character. And this film also kind of has some horror vibes to it. No, not like actual horror, but for kids, there can be some scary moments, especially with her ventriloquist dummy minions that I think are all named Brenson. They're pretty terrifying just by the way they move and like turn their head quickly, because their limbs are like completely limp as they run after you. But by far, the best new characters are Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom and Key and Peele as Ducky and Bunny. These guys steal every scene they are in, and I just want to see more. They are hilarious, and if we get nothing else from this franchise, we need to get at least a spin-off TV show or something with these three characters. And they provide a lot of the humor in this film. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Most of which is actually pretty funny. There's this one joke about a high-fiving G.I. Joe knockoff that had me literally slapping my knee laughing. There were some jokes, however, that felt either a little forced or just aimed at a much younger audience that just fell flat to me. Also, while most of the new characters are given decent screen time, I felt that the original gang was just kind of sidelined, with the exception of Buzz, who had a funny slide plot about him learning to listen to his inner voice. But even with that, I wish Buzz had shared more screen time with Woody. He's kind of separated for most of the film. The film does, however, look breathtaking. The animation is simply stunning and it's up to the Pixar quality and beyond it. Honestly, I don't know how they do it, but every new film they release just looks better and better. The last thing I want to say about this film is that it actually has great messages for both kids and adults. Teaching adults on the importance of kind of letting go of the past and trusting others, and teaching kids that you will never really succeed unless you take chances. In the end, Toy Story 4 is an excellent film with a good story, good messages, amazing characters, decent humor, and stunning visuals. With only a few minor nitpicks, Toy Story 4 easily earns an A- letter grade. So, those are my thoughts on Toy Story 4. Let me know your thoughts on the film, as well as your thoughts on the drawing or video in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to be notified anytime I put up a new video. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.